In the late 1990s and up into the early 2000s, most of the league was using steroids, and some of the most famous were Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGwire, who all came clean later in their career. To the average fan, the steroid era looks like the worst time in baseball history, but to me and many other experts, the steroid era was actually great for the game. It revived the baseball. It revived the baseball for the new generation and for many eras on. The steroid era was great for MLB because it included some of the greatest and most notable things of all time, including the Sammy Sosa versus Mark McGwire home run race. It also included the Jose Canseco calling out hundreds of other MLB players for using steroids. One of the biggest scandals in MLB history was when Alex Rodriguez got busted for using steroids. He got busted, he was suspended for 162 games, which is an entire season. The MLB thrived off of the steroid era. It boosted the TV viewership throughout the league, and everybody loves watching your favorite player hit 450-foot bombs and the great commentary that comes with it.
Partner, you didn't have much time to say back on that one. That
was a two-back.
Whoa!
Joe has had his moments. 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. Here's a pitch on the way, a swing and a belt. Left field, way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
After the 1993 season was an amazing season, seeing the Atlanta Braves win 104 games, Barry Bonds hitting .336 with 46 home runs in his first season with the Giants, and Joe Carter hitting a walk-off homer for the Toronto Blue Jays to win the World Series. There's endless possibility for the new season. The league was gearing up for the 1994 season, with the Expos giving prospect pitcher Pedro Martinez to add to the powerhouse lineup, ready for a historic World Series run. With the 74-40 record going into August, the Expos seemed unstoppable until August 12, 1994, the date the MLB strike began. The collective bargaining agreement ran out between owners and players, and everything went downhill from there. The owners wanted salary caps, and the players didn't, because the players thought they deserved more money, and the owners thought that they were paying the players too much, and it was unfair throughout the league. The MLB strike. This would change the course of baseball forever. For the first time, there would be no World Series, and this is very hard, since even in the Midas times, during World Wars, we've never seen a year without the World Series. Throughout sports, this is known to be one of the most greedy labor disputes of all time. The MLB strike had its big influence on fans. They thought they were being gypped of seeing baseball, and all the players should just man up and do their job, and then should work another job and play baseball at the same time, just for entertainment. Some people thought that they should play for half the money, and baseball players thought they should just watch the minor leagues, because the minor leagues was already getting paid low salaries. After an excruciating 232 days of MLB fans waiting for an announcement from the MLB, the MLB Players Association and the collective bargaining agreement finally came to an agreement on players not having a salary cap, and the 1995 season would start on time. There were hundreds and hundreds of players coming in from the 1995 season up until the late 2000s using steroids, including some of the most popular are including Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, Gary Sheffield, Jason Giambi, and many others, but those are some of the most popular who eventually came out and admitted it. At the turn of the century, one of the biggest drug users came into the league, Alex Rodriguez. He was drafted by the Seattle Mariners, and up until he left, he was clean. And when he left, he went to the New York Yankees. And on the New York Yankees, he played the Boston Red Sox a lot because they're division rivals. And he saw Manny Ramirez's success and his old age, and he was wondering how. He got in contact with Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez sent him to Tony Bosch. Tony Bosch is one of the greatest steroid providers in MLB history.
Once Alex Rodriguez was fully into your protocol, what were the various banned substances that he was taking?
Testosterone, insulin growth factor, 1, human growth hormone, and some different forms of peptides.
All of them banned.
All of them banned.
And he knew that.
Yes, sir.
And you knew that.
And I knew it.
Tony Bosch is one of the greatest drug providers in MLB history. Tony Bosch was raised in Florida by 2 doctor parents, and his parents both wanted to see him succeed and be a doctor as well. Tony did great through middle and high school. He got to college and started partying, doing drugs, and other sorts of things. And so he ended up dropping out of college and buying himself an empty building. He turned that empty building into his own tanning salon. That tanning salon ended up being his main source of clientele. So Tony Bosch went to Brazil, and one of the easiest colleges to get a degree from, got a degree in doctoring. And so he was able to prescribe prescription medications to people. And while being able to prescribe prescription medication, he would prescribe prescriptions to people that were not alive anymore, so he could use the substance on MLB players like testosterone. He would sign it out to a dead guy and give it to Alex Rodriguez, and there would be no repercussion because he lived in Florida. Manny Ramirez got caught using steroids, and this led to the downfall of Tony Bosch. Tony Bosch was giving drugs to many players, and eventually one of his biggest clients, Alex Rodriguez, got caught. In 2014, Alex Rodriguez was suspended for 162 games, or a full season, for using PEDs. He also lost out on $35 million in salary. One of Tony Bosch's other biggest clients was Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun was also suspended for the rest of the remaining amount of a season that after he got caught. Barry Bonds. If you look up the home run leader in home runs, Barry Bonds is the person you see. Barry Bonds was using steroids throughout most of his career. And the only reason he holds the home run record is because of steroids. Many people believe that steroids helped Barry Bonds reach his goal of beating Hank Aaron's home run record. This is why many people believe that Hank Aaron is still the true home run king, even though the stats don't say it, because Barry Bonds will never make the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds eventually came out to the public and stated that he used steroids to break the home run record. This was many years after his retirement, though, but not far enough for him to not be on the Hall of Fame ballot yet.